What's up, go-getters? It's Dallas Gordon here, and I'm coming to you with a really personal, heartfelt topic. I promised you guys I was going to start being much more transparent on the channel. So today I want to talk to you about my experience with anxiety and some tips for overcoming anxiety in your own life. So a big, huge welcome to the channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video and stopping by. Just to kind of give you a little overview of what you would be getting into if you subscribe. We talk marketing, business tips, motivation, as well as spiritual stuff and wellness stuff like what I'm talking about today. So if you like a mix of all of those things to help you to just live a better, prosperous life in all areas of life, this just may be the channel for you, and I invite you to stick around. And to my go-getters, I heart you big time. Thank you so much for all that you do for the channel, for all of your support. And don't forget, guys, if you want to see more of this kind of content on YouTube, be sure to thumbs up this channel. Don't leave this video without commenting and talking to me and letting me know your thoughts and have you experienced this. I'd love to hear from you guys. And let's get into the topic. So anxiety, guys, okay? I have had on my list of videos to record these videos for quite some time, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been really hesitant about being transparent about this and putting it out there. So I want to talk to you about, first of all, my sort of like struggles around anxiety. And I will tell you that as far as anxiety and depression, for me, it was something that was triggered years ago. I had a really rough patch in my late teens and early adulthood that really did trigger PTSD and a lot of anxiety in my life. And I will tell you that I was really broken down to the point that, number one, I definitely never thought I would get married again. I never thought that I would be functional again after that situation. I was really messed up. Let's put it that way. I don't mean to laugh, but I was really, really screwed up. And I was so nervous, guys, that I didn't like going outside. I did not like going a lot of places alone. I was just so worked up about what was in store for the future for me. I needed to know what the future was. And as you know, that's impossible for us to really know the future. And to be kind of transparent, I got caught up back then in really talking to a lot of psychics and looking for guidance. I was so wound up all the time and afraid of what might happen tomorrow. And that was from so much PTSD. So I did end up with some different therapists, and my mom was helping me. A lot of church, a lot of prayer, a lot of oil. Therapy, meditation, all that stuff was happening. Anything you can imagine, like when you're really struggling with something and you have knots in your stomach all the time and you're gasping for air and you're having panic attacks and you just don't feel like you can be functional after a situation that happened in your life. And I'm a young mom. I'm a single mom at the time. I want to do what it takes to be well and to be able to be whole and to live a good life. So maybe you are out there, and like I said, anxiety comes from many different things. It's developed from many different things. Some of us have a touch of it from our childhood. I think for me, I did have some, and I think it kind of bled over into this bad marriage I had, and then it just sort of like blew up. And now I wasn't functional. And I think sometimes it happens where we break down and we don't feel like we can process what's going on in our lives. Maybe you're out there, maybe you're struggling with anxiety. Maybe this video would be the answer for you, maybe not. If you are struggling with anxiety, I just want to tell you that I understand what you're going through. I've been there, done that. Sometimes I be there and do that. So I still have anxiety in my life from time to time. It still shows up in my life from time to time. It's just that now I have more tools that I'm able to reach for when it does show up. So I know, I can relate to you. You are, safe in what you're going through, and do not be afraid to reach out for help, please. Like, there are hotlines that you can call to talk with people. There are therapists out there that can help you. Don't be ashamed to tell everyone around you, especially those that really care about you, that I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm wound up. I'm uptight. I feel like I have knots in my stomach. I am just not okay. I don't feel good. Don't be ashamed to tell the people in your life that I don't feel good. And hopefully you have caring, supportive people in your circle. If not, it's crucial for you to get yourself around therapists, people who are trained to help you through it, okay? And there is hope, there is light at the end of the tunnel, okay? So be encouraged. That's a little bit about my backstory with, anxiety. And I just want to share like 5 tips with you guys today to just help. And maybe prayerfully, some of these tips will help you if you are struggling with anxiety, and maybe you just came to this video just to hear, I understand you, I'm sending you love, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. But either way, hopefully this helps someone. So number 1 is journaling and affirming. Journaling is such a powerful tool, which is why I started an entire business about journaling. I have entire 2 businesses where we sell journals, and we encourage self-care, and we encourage journaling. This is what we encourage others to do because it has been such a breakthrough activity for me. And there's a certain way that I journal when I'm feeling anxious, and I write my affirmations out multiple times. So it depends on like what I'm worrying about. And just to tell you just like a couple of techniques. So the first technique, you've probably heard of it before, is similar to like shadow work, where you are pretty much facing your shadow and you are questioning and challenging the dark sides of yourself. So if you are feeling anxious, what I find is that when I sort of have a conversation with myself in my journal and I ask myself why I feel the way that I do, the answers are typically very, very basic, direct, short. So I'm typically not worrying about a bunch of stuff. It's normally like 1 or 2 things, and those things have become other things, and those things have become other things, and that's what kind of causes panic attacks. I will journal, and I will say, like, for instance, I have to put together these subscription boxes every single month. Sometimes it can be really stressful, especially in today's climate and having to deal with suppliers and having to figure things out. It can be challenging sometimes. So to give you an example, guys, I might ask myself, why are you worried? Why are you uptight? And then I respond to myself in my journal. Well, the reason why is because I need to fill this box and I feel a little stressed about it. Well, why do you feel stressed about it? Well, because I'm worried that I may not have everything together in time. And then I'm going to talk back to myself. Well, what are some reasons why this isn't true? What's the worst that could happen with this? Well, people may not get their boxes on time, but okay. And if they don't get their boxes on time, what happens? Okay, well, I would just send out an email and let them know, and they would show me grace most likely. Okay, has this ever happened before? No. The probabilities of this going wrong, it's false. It has never happened before. And if it does happen, there is a safety net. There is something I can do. So it's kind of like just talking and facing the not so pretty parts of yourself, the doubts, the fears, the ugly things that you are afraid that will happen, and questioning yourself about them until you come up with a solution. So that's one way. Another way is to write affirmations according to how you're feeling. So if I'm feeling like I'm worrying about a debt, I may write out, all of my bills are paid in full, my source is unlimited, or I am receiving wealth, unlimited wealth always with complete ease. So I will write these I am statements out. I may give myself 10 for this month that are tackling 10 different areas that are on my mind that are bothering me, and I will literally like journal those things out, those statements out 10 times. And if I want to be aggressive, 10 times in the morning, 10 times at night. So that's my whole journaling routine. It does take work, especially when you're worked up. It will take work to get you out of that state a lot of times. So that's number 1. Number 2 is nature walks or meditative walks. People think that when they meditate, they have to be, into Buddhism or into a specific religion, or you got to just empty your mind and it's dark and it's demonic. No. Meditation is basically when you silence yourself, you sit still, you sit quiet, or you focus on one thing. And it doesn't even always have to be necessarily stillness. As long as your mind is focused and still, that's stillness. So you can practice stillness a lot of different ways. So one of the ways that you can calm your anxiety is getting out into nature, getting out in God's creation, okay? Getting out there around trees, great weather, the breeze, the birds are chirping, you can just feel the wind on your skin, and walk. And don't focus on anything but the nature. So give yourself permission while you're out there walking not to be focused on anything but nature, not your problems, not what happened last night, not what such and such said, not the bill that you owe. Just give yourself permission that at least on the nature walk, this nature walk is dedicated to just saying, wow, that tree is gorgeous. Wow, the air smells so good. Oh, the sky is so blue today. I'm just so happy to just be present and be here. I can feel the warmth on my skin. You're only taking in what you see only for the whole walk. That's number 2, and you can incorporate that into your daily routine. I find it brings you such balance. Number 3 is meditation and prayer. I cannot tell you how you need to pray. Prayer is your communication with your inner self or higher being, and I'm not here to tell you who to pray to or how, but it is your communication, okay, with a higher power. For me, I'm communicating with God. I'm talking to God all the time. I'm praying all the time, and that's the way that I do it. I can't tell you how to do it, but if you have no idea where to start, you just need to start to talk. Okay, because spirit is with you all the time. So just start to talk, because anybody that you want a relationship with, you need to be talking to them to get to know them, right? So it's just a natural conversation, okay? And know that someone is listening to you, and they will talk back if you are prepared to listen, okay? But prayer, that's what prayer is about, and I do that every day, multiple times a day throughout my day. And then you have meditation, which is amazing, which has really helped me so much. And one good meditation is to put your hands together like this, like you're praying. Close your eyes and just focus on gratitude. And I like to plug my ears up with like some music on YouTube that is for people who have anxiety, and it's really peaceful. And I will put it on, put my hands together, close my eyes, and center myself and focus on the fact that I am so grateful for my children. Maybe my children are the focal point. Maybe I'm so grateful for my husband. Maybe I'm so grateful for the way that I've been provided for and how well taken care of I am. And maybe I'm so grateful for my clients, but whatever it is, I try to focus on one thing I'm grateful for, close my eyes, put my hands together, and center myself, because what that does is it helps you to realize that you are a mountain. Okay, so envision yourself as you are a mountain. All these things are happening around you, like it's raining, it's storming, it may be sunny sometimes, which are the good times, or maybe people walking around you. But as that mountain, the peak is here. This represents the peak of the mountain. You are safe. You are grounded. You are still. You are at peace. So things may be happening around you, but they are not necessarily happening to you. They are not taking you away from here. They are not uprooting you. You are still here. And my friend, as long as you are still here, you're still kicking, you're still living life. Guys, remember that the possibilities are endless for you. Anything could change at any second. So have hope. So number 4 is giving yourself certain windows to worry. Now, worrying, it's a waste of time. That's what they say. And I believe it is a waste of time. But when you are all wound up and you are anxious, it can be, easier. Like, I hate to say this, but it can be easier said than done to just don't worry, right? Because now you're worked up and now your nervous system is responding to you being worked up about something. So give yourself a short window to worry. Okay, for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and worry about this. And I like to do it on paper. So I'm going to go ahead and write all the things that are just I feel so stressed about in the next 5 minutes. I'm going to give myself 5 minutes. Outside of that, it's lights, camera, action. I'm in my life. I got things to do. I got businesses to build. I got kids to feed. I got a smile to put on my face. I got things to do. I got life to live outside of that 5 minutes that I just had to worry. And maybe tomorrow, if I need it, I'll give myself another 10 minutes with that particular thing. But outside of that window, I refuse to worry about it. So that's another thing you can do. Give yourself a small window of time to worry, and then outside of that window, you're not worrying. So that's number 4. And then number 5, of course, is your diet. There are some foods that are messing with your sanity. Okay, there are some foods that are making you anxious. There are some foods that are making you nervous. For me, too much caffeine does that for me. So if I'm feeling really tight and wound up, I may need to just drink more water and cut out some of that caffeine in my diet. Also sugar, also gluten for me. Different things, are going to mess with my peace. So certain things I'm going to eliminate from my diet, or just lessen, like not eat as much. So those are some tips that have helped me. I'm praying that they help some of you out there. please definitely talk to me in the comments. This is something that you struggle with. Are there some points in this video that you're going to try? Have you gave any of these a try? Please do come back to the video and share it in the comments. Or if there are some other tips that our fellow community of go-getters could use, please do drop those suggestions in the comments for someone else who may be struggling with anxiety, with depression, because sometimes they're attached. Please do be sensitive and leave that in the comments. So guys, be blessed. Don't forget, whatever you put your hands to shall prosper if you believe, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks guys for watching.